and just having fun. Been doing some virtual magic shows in this time and day, and just having some fun with the folks. Um, yes, I met Vince at an audition about a year ago, and I've just been hanging out with the Pose Magic Theater crew and just trying to have a little bit of fun and just flourish and prosper in this game. And so I'm here to just have a little fun with you guys this evening. Had a little.
What's that?
Is everything okay? Vince can hear me okay?
Yeah, you're fine. Everyone can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't.
Yeah, so I'm here tonight just to have some
volunteer.
fun. I'm here tonight just to have some fun with you guys. So hopefully we can continue the fun and just keep it going.
Sounds great. You need a volunteer, Anthony?
No, I won't need a volunteer.
All right, fantastic. You're good to go.
Okay, so I'm good to go. So, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I'm Baltimore magician Anthony Ware. So I want to thank you guys for having me this evening. Thank you for joining Pose Magic Theater and everything like that. So there's a lot going on in the world today. There's a lot of people going through some hard times, some trying times. So I'm hoping that tonight I can just help lift the mood just a little bit, just bring a little bit of relief with some magic and a little bit of humor, okay? So with that being said, I just want to say, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the circus, okay? So don't forget, folks, this is a show about comedy and magic, okay? So if there's something that's not funny, just blame Vince Wilson from Pose Magic Theater, okay? I hope everybody's okay with that. So let's see. So let's get started here, ladies and gentlemen. I want to get started before my hair bursts into flames. So check this out, folks. I don't think I need this right now, so I'm just going to use this piece right here. Let me show you what I got. Just in case you guys don't know, I'm going to try to stand still a little bit. This is actually a piece of clothesline. See, the other day I was riding around town. I was just driving, and I saw this backyard with a clothesline in it. So I just backed up. I jumped out the car. I jumped over the fence, and I cut this thing down, I like to get my rope on the cheap, ladies and gentlemen. So let me show you what we got here. Now, if they would have came running out the back door talking about what are you doing in my backyard, I would have told them that Vince Wilson sent me, but I got away. So, ladies and gentlemen, to do this, actually, let me tell you the true story behind this. Actually, this rope right here, this is a true story. This actually reminds me of my grandparents. See, when I was young, me and my brothers and sisters would always be dropped off at my grandparents' house on a Friday night because my parents like to go out. My uncles and aunt would drop their kids off. So my grandparents always had a house full of grandkids. And my grandparents never had a dryer. So my grandmother would hang her clothes on these clotheslines out back, these T-shaped poles that held 5 clotheslines. And that's why this reminds me of my grandparents, because when they passed away, they left the house to me. And it was a labor of love for me to renovate this house. And the last thing that I took out of that house was those clothesline poles that were in the backyard. And one day I was just thinking about that, and this is what reminds me of my grandparents, because I had such a great time hanging out with them on the weekends. So let me show you. To do this, all you have to do is go jump over somebody's backyard and cut down the clothesline. Take the ends of the clothesline like this, ladies and gentlemen, and just twist the ends like that. That's all we're going to do is twist the ends like this, okay? And as you can see, the ends are right there. We can give it a little wiggle with the fingers. And once we do that, we can actually take the ends of the rope off just like that. Yeah, that's pretty amazing. I like that myself. I'm just going to leave this right here. And what we have here, ladies and gentlemen, is a circle of rope. Reminds me of that song by Elton John. It's the circle of life. Okay, enough of that. I went to another place there for a second, ladies and gentlemen. It must be those magic mushrooms I ate this morning, or menopause or something like that. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this end right here because I don't want you guys to miss anything. And I'm just going to twist the ends on like so. Like I said, I don't want you guys to miss anything, so we're just going to start all over, okay? All right? There we go, just like that, ladies and gentlemen. I do this stuff at home in the mirror, and I amaze myself sometimes. I'll be like calling my buddy Bill up. Hey, Bill, man, you got to come over here and check this out in the mirror. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want you to think I'm doing anything sneaky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie the ends of this rope in a knot like so. Just like this. A nice solid knot there. And what I'm going to do here, I used to use scissors in my act, but I snipped my finger one day. So I figured it's better if I just take my fingers and give the rope a nice little snip just like that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. You know, these things are sharp right here. How do you think I got this fresh cut? Yeah, baby. You got to watch the Adam's apple, folks. One day I snipped my Adam's apple. It was a mess. There was apple juice everywhere. All right, so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let me show you what we got here. We should have two ropes about the same size. I'm going to try to stay in frame so you can see the rope, but they're not quite the same size. I'm going to take this short rope right here. I'll take this really, really long rope right here. Now I don't want you guys to miss anything, so we'll start all over one more time, okay? Ah, no, man, I'll tell you. Whoa. So look, this is what we got here. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, while I am doing this, my hands, they never leave my arms. I'm serious. They stay right there. They never leave my arms. But check this out. We have the ends on this side, ladies and gentlemen. We have the middle on this side. Watch closely, ladies and gentlemen, as the ends change places with the middle. This is standing ovation material, ladies and gentlemen. Watch closely as the ends change places with the middle. This is dramatic stuff. Watch closely. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Ta-da! Yeah, baby. Okay. Well, watch me go reverso changeo. Oh man, you know, it took me 2 weeks to learn this one night, but okay, I gotta stop drinking that magic mushroom. I mean, stop eating those magic mushrooms. I'm gonna do a little bit of magic. I'm gonna put these, I don't want these to wash out against my wall, so I'm gonna put these right in front of my suit here. Watch closely, ladies and gentlemen, as end number one. End number one will jump out of that hand, it'll jump over here to this hand. You just have to watch them when they jump. Here's end number two, ladies and gentlemen. It'll do the same thing. It'll go right through the core of the rope. It'll jump to this side. So that means the middle should be on this side, ladies and gentlemen. There's the middle right there. Now I'm going to hand this out to a virtual spectator. Here you go. Here you go, miss. Go ahead and examine that. Here you go. Take that. And I'm going to take this other piece of rope here that we got here, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Look at this. This is a little too long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shorten this up just a little bit. I'm going to hand this out here to one of my virtual spectators. Here, go ahead and examine that, sir. Make sure that's okay. So we're going to play around a little bit with this right here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, and as you can see, I'm doing this with 2 hands, 10 fingers, and a beautifully shaved head. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just going to tie a nice little big knot in here so you can actually see this out there in virtual TV land. I'll keep the knot really, really big so you can see that, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. If you give the rope a nice little massage with one hand just like this, you can actually make that knot get a little bit smaller, a little bit smaller, a little bit smaller until you can barely see it. Oh, wait a minute here. Oh, there it is right there, guys. Right there in the middle. If you want to see what happens to that rope, all you got to do is give it a nice little shake. Then it'll come back just like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'll be back. All right, so I'm going to untie this. I'm going to hand this out to another virtual spectator for them to examine. And I'm going to take this other rope here that we had in the beginning. Uh-oh. That was a sudden gust of gravity, folks. Sorry about that. We're going to take this other rope right here. So look, ladies and gentlemen, we have 3 ropes, all different sizes, just like everybody is on the planet. Everybody's a little different, ladies and gentlemen. We got that long one, we have that medium-sized one, and we have that small one. But if you look real closely, ladies and gentlemen, you can see that actually we're all the same, just like this rope right here. We're all unicorns. Yeah, it's hard being a human. Just be a unicorn, ladies and gentlemen. Let me show you what we have here. We have 1, we have 2, we have 3. So I'm going to tie all these in a knot like this, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of tying the knot, me and my girlfriend, we're going to get married, but not to each other. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I was just politically incorrect right there. Blame that on Vince Wilson of Poe's Magic Theater, okay?
Wow.
I'm going to tie all 3 of them in the knot. And I'm going to show you what we got here. We have 1, we have 2, we have 3 ropes all about the same size. Let's just wrap this up because I don't want to string you guys along anymore, okay? If I got time, I'll tell you another one. Ladies and gentlemen, if I snap my fingers, if you're looking for that, you know, when you snap your fingers on Zoom, it looks pretty good because you have that little slow motion type thing. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Here's number 1, that really, really small rope. Here's number 2, that really, really long rope. And there's number 3. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed that journey into a little bit of rope magic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap up with one last thing here, okay? So let me show you. Actually, a lot of times when I'm out performing, folks are amazed and they want to know, how did you do that? Folks sometimes say, man, teach me that, teach me something. So what I'm going to do to wrap up this evening, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to show you something that you guys can actually do, like to your boss. If there's any kids in the audiences, you can do this to your parents or your teachers. So this is a little homework for you guys, okay? So this is something I want you to go home and practice. So let me show you what I got for you. All right, first of all, let me make sure we're doing okay with the makeup and everything. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, I'm ready. Like I said, I call this homework. I wrote homework on here because this is what I want you to try at home before you go do this out in public. Let me show you what I have here. I have a piece of newspaper. I wrote homework on here just to remind you guys that you need to practice this at home. On the inside here, we have some ads. We have some ads on the back. So this is the trick that you can do on your boss, you virtual TV spectators, okay? Monday morning when you go to work, I want you to walk into the boss's office. Look for the most important looking document on the boss's desk. Pick it up and say, super boss person, don't worry about a thing. This is only an illusion. And whatever piece of important looking document that you have picked up off his desk, I just want you to rip that thing in half. And don't forget to tell the boss that Vince Wilson from Poe's Magic Theater taught you this, okay? So ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to do here once again, walk into the boss's office on a Tuesday morning. If they have like some degrees or certificates on the wall, just walk over there, rip that thing off the wall. Say, don't worry about a thing, boss, super boss person. It's only an illusion. And rip that in half again, okay? By the way, folks, I want to let you know this is some serious black magic. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I just said that. Check it out, guys. After you rip the boss's important looking documents and all these little pieces like this, let me just rip this up one more time, a couple times here, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. All you guys have to do, and like I said, if there's any young folks out there, you can do this on the principal at school when you get back to school. Just say, hey, principal, here's my homework, and just rip it in half. Ladies and gentlemen, after you rip up the boss's important looking documents and they're looking at you all crazy and everything, all you guys have to do is say the magic words. The magic words are nuclear fissionable isotopes, molecular reactivity, counter three-phase, cyclotronics, uranium photosynthesizes. Yes, I know some of you said, what? The magic word is not what. You have to take a deep breath because there's about 50 syllables in that magic word. All you guys have to do is say, nuclear fissionable isotopes, molecular reactivity, counter three-phase, cyclotronics, uranium photosynthesizes. Take all the important documents that you just picked up off the boss's desk, squeeze them together lightly, ladies and gentlemen. Then all you have to do is slowly, ladies and gentlemen, just slowly see that homework is all back together. Let me just unwrap this one more time here. Here we go. Oh, we can get the fingers in there. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, there we go. We are all back together again, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, yes, yes. Hey, guys, look, I want to just say, you guys have been a phenomenal audience, okay? You actually stayed, okay? I appreciate that, okay? And if there was anybody out there who didn't enjoy the show, just kindly raise your hand and smack yourself in the mouth too, okay? Now look, guys, I gotta be back in my coffin by dawn, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this over to Vince Wilson of Poe's Magic Theater. I think he's going to come on and do a dance for you guys, okay? So look, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for having me. I'm Baltimore magician Anthony Ware. Thank you, Vince, for creating Poe's Magic Theater. We're having some fun, and we're looking forward to traveling with you on this journey as Poe's Magic Theater continues to flourish and prosper. Thanks for all the crew members that hang out at Poe's Magic Theater. And guys, thanks again, Vince. I appreciate it, guys. You guys have a great evening and a fantastic weekend.
So Anthony, before you go, where can they find you at? And how can they?
Oh, you guys can, You guys can find me at anthonywareentertainment.com. And like Vince mentioned, if you Google Baltimore Magician, you'll find me, okay? That's anthonywareentertainment.com, ladies and gentlemen.